And we are live at last. Blimey. Right. Well, wonderful stuff seems to be happening. Sheila taught me all about how to use StreamYard. And so here I am on StreamYard, and I see people here already. Philip is here. Good evening to you. April, Beverly, Adrienne. Great stuff. Beverly Spencer. Erin O'Nugent. I haven't met you before. Well, big hello to you. I'm really glad you could join us tonight or today, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Christine A is here. Cat May, Denise. God, loads of people here. It's brilliant. Cara Stevens and For Astro Truth. That's me, actually. That's my other channel that I've sort of almost abandoned, but I still use it to do stuff with. Hello, Nicola, as well. Nice to see you with us. Right, great. Well, we're just going to have a bit of a session tonight, like we always do. I keep trying to sort of make this a better service, if you like, you know. Keep trying to improve things as much as I can as I go along. And this is certainly a better setup than I had just as recently as Sunday. But I'm wondering, right, what time would suit you guys best? Hello, Garden Plants, by the way. Nice to see you here as well. Garden Plants is a real sort of original from a couple of years ago when I first started experimenting with all this. But yeah, you know, this 9:30 time seems pretty cool, and the 10 p.m. time seems pretty cool as well. I'm going to do this again on Sunday at 10 p.m. UK time, which is 6 hours later than it would be Central Time. So let me know in the comments, you know, what time suits you best, or would it be better if it was massively earlier or massively later? I would love to know. Garden Plants, I feel ancient. I know exactly how you feel, actually, Garden Plants. I really, really do. Believe me. Good evening, Eunice, as well. Nice to see you. So before we do anything, actually, I'm shuffling my tarot cards here. I'm going to pop them down a second. And I'm going to start off with the Moonology card. It's 2:30 p.m. Mountain at the moment in US. Right, so that's 5 hours. Wow, crazy. Right, or is it? 7 hours. Yeah, that makes more sense. I said that because I'm looking at Arian Sun saying hello, everyone. Hope you're all well and lovely today / tonight. I hope so too, actually. Hope everyone, you're always lovely, you guys. Anyway, absolutely wonderful to see all these people on. Usually I kind of start with 0 people and then slowly, hopefully, build it up as we go. But the energy is building at the moment. I can feel it because I'm going to be on with Celtic Tarot Sheila and Whimsy on the remote view on Friday. And I'm so looking for that. Debbie's saying it's 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Right. Yeah, 5 hours on the East Coast, Cat. So you're on the Florida side of things. Great. And Nicholas says, times work well for me. As if too late, I have to... Can't see it. If too late, I have to leave early. Right, I have got you. Okay. Now then, let me just do something else that I was going to do. Where is it? I'm still getting used to this software here. Can't find that thing at all. Never mind. What's the overlay thing? Oh, well, hey, never mind. Right, there's no point messing around with all that. Let's put the comments back on. Let's get the chat back on. Aria Song, hi to you. 1:35 p.m. in California, where you live. Great. And Debbie's saying this time works for me. Well, that's great. Works pretty well for me too. But I'm happy to move things around to make things as good as we can possibly get them. And G Kim is here. Hi to you, G. Nice to see you. And thanks for that lovely message the other day, G Kim. That was really uplifting for me. It's always great to know when the messages hit the spot and things work out. So here's the first card of the night. This is kind of for everyone watching. It's generally going to be the theme of the stream, if you like, a significator for however long we keep going. Thank you, Sam. Well, it's partly Celtic Tarot Sheila who's a tech genius, actually, because I couldn't do any of this until I had a chat to her about it. But anyway, this card, luck is on your side. Well, I'm really glad because, you know, I'm taking this one as well for me, but it's for everyone. Luck is on your side. So that's something to think about. And it's new moon in Sagittarius. Brilliant. Now, actually on, let me see, Saturday the 13th, we get, I believe we get a new moon then, actually. And then the full moon is something like the 28th of March. So we're coming up to a new moon cycle. And that is a great time for manifestation. And what do we mean by that? Well, I expect you all know what we mean by that. But what I'm really saying is bringing things into being that are going to be helpful to you in your life as you go forward. That's really what it's all about. You know, you can ask a waning moon to take things away, and you ask a rising moon to bring in new things. And that's what the manifestational side of things is all about. But the moon is still waning at the moment. So if you really want to have something kind of taken away from your life that's really not doing you any good, or so basically what no longer suits you, what no longer serves you, then now is the time to ask that waning moon to take that away from you. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. It all happens for the highest good, though, in the general kind of the general way that things, you know, do work for the highest good. Sometimes I've asked the angels for help and it hasn't happened, and I've thought, why? And I've got a bit cross with the angels sometimes. But actually, it's always worked out for the best in the end after a long time, you know. Erin Sun, this new picture looks much clearer than before. Yeah, definitely an upgrade from previous broadcasts, and thanks for that. Don't want to get too stuck into technical stuff at this moment in time, because we're here for the readings. That's what it's all about. But what's really happening here is this stream is going from here to a cloud server somewhere, and it's going from the cloud server to YouTube. And it's kind of in the mix somewhere between my phone or my computer, as this is my laptop, between this and YouTube, that the problem seems to happen that makes it go all fuzzy. But yeah, I'm loving this actually. Yeah, I can like see my candle in the background. I can see more than half of my fireplace as well. And that strange thing that, where is it there? That strange thing there sticking out of the fireplace is actually a little log burner that I made out of a gas bottle. And there is a video somewhere on this channel from about 3 or 4 years ago about how I actually did that. And Adrian's saying, yeah, don't forget to give the channel a thumbs up. And yeah, please do, guys. Also do hit the subscribe as well. The subscribe button is a great thing to hit if you possibly could, because it lets YouTube know that what we might broadly term as psychic stuff actually is going to work for anyone and everyone. So, right, I've just realized something I haven't done yet. Let me just take care of this just for 1 second. Okay, I'm just going to put this ticker thing on. Or am I? Yes, there it is. Got a ticker thing on. There we go. Right. So far, nobody has actually asked me for a card or a reading or anything, and that is absolutely coolio. But I'm here with the cards, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I can do readings, and I'm also very happy to answer any questions about psychic work, psychic development, or just any questions you've got at all, really. And there's a question there from Christina A. I would like to know if my boyfriend and I will be reunited physically in the next 3 months. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to use this pendulum, which has got a knot in the string. That'll kind of give us a yes or a no. And then I'll pull 2 or 3 cards, possibly, to see where we end up going with that. Just got to give this pendulum a second to kind of calm down. Right, is that a yes or a no? It does a circle for yes. It's kind of hard to tell what it's doing on a flat screen, I guess, but I can see it's doing a circle here. Now, it's saying yes, Christina, right? And we did say physically reunited, so there's kind of no 2 ways about that. But let's pull some tarot cards and just see what's actually going on here. Okay, right. Oh, right, here's a good one to start with. The High Priestess. And the letters there from the Greek alphabet, Alpha and Omega, and they mean beginning and end. It's the beginning and end of the Greek alphabet. That's what that's all about. So there's a journey you guys are on, Christine, and it's not over yet. That's the bottom line. Okay, it might feel a bit like it's over. You seem fairly confident, and that's good because we had a yes from the pendulum. But it's hard to really be sure about these things until they actually happen, is it not? I've dropped the mouse, excuse me. Right, here we go. Got the mouse again. I'm just trying to keep it on Christina here so I can read what her words are, Okay, so the High Priestess is the first card out for you. Next one out is the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And this, Christina, is why it feels like it's a bit up in the air to you, because at the moment it is. But I keep dropping the mouse. This isn't good. No mouse droppings tonight, please. Right, I've got it on the table now. But this, Christina, is why it doesn't kind of feel very sure to you at the moment, because the Wheel of Fortune is actually spinning, and where it stops, nobody knows, of course. But we did get a yes from the pendulum, so very positive there. Lots of signs of the zodiac on this Wheel of Fortune, actually. This is the Cosmic Tarot that I'm using tonight. And where's the box? Yeah, Norbert Luschka, or Lush, or something. Yeah, there's his name at the bottom there. Really, really nice deck. This very cosmic indeed. So, Christine, we've got the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Two of Wands. Okay, so to really get this thing to work out, Christina, what you're going to have to do is actually do something. Okay, stop worrying about whatever's happened in the past. Excuse me. You can see that the gentleman in this card is actually looking ahead. He's not looking behind him. And so for you and your boyfriend, right, this is the thing to do. Actually, don't think about the past, because it's important to think as positively as you can in a situation like that, Who knows what's going on in the whole world at any one given time, and it's like ripples on a pond. What's going on in the world actually ends up affecting absolutely everyone. So that makes it difficult. That makes it extremely tricky in terms of the way it feels, Christina. But we've got a yes there, and you just need to keep looking forward. The Two of Wands says it's actually happening. The Two of Wands says that there's no stopping it, basically, but it's early in the journey, and we did have a High Priestess at the beginning there, and that means not just that the journey's continuing, but like it's a new journey, Christina. That's what really you need to sort of take on board about that, if you can. Okie dokie. Good evening, Abantika Das. Nice to see you here. Hello, Sunny Delight as well. Good to see you. I will have a look at that for you, Abantika, if you will hang around a little bit. But comments are coming in so fast, I'm losing them. I saw one a second ago. Hi, Lisa Love, by the way. Nice to see you with us. Beverly Spencer says, question for you, Andy. We all have spirit animal. Do they stay the same or change to something all the time? Well, as far as I know, Beverly, it's not so much that they change. It's that we can actually have more than one spirit animal going on. And this takes us into the Native American wisdom is really where it's at with this one, Beverly. And my experience of that was I was talking to someone who's a Native American. She's a Passamaquoddy Indian, lives up in the Maine area, and she was sort of telling me to find out what my totem animal is, go out into the country or into the garden, which is what I ended up doing because I live in the country, and just see what animal comes to you when you tune in and sort of ask. So I did that, and first of all, a slug came, and that was the last thing I expected as a totem animal, a slug. It's just, it's the last thing you'd think of, isn't it? But actually, that was a true thing. But since then, I've had an elephant coming in, and I don't believe the slug has actually gone, Beverly. So, sure, I would imagine they're changing. Probably not absolutely all the time, but that thing of having an animal guide or a spirit animal is, it's an evolving thing. It keeps on moving. So hope that has answered your question in some positive way. Okay, right. So Avantika Das, let's come to you, my friend. Great to meet you. I don't think we've met before. I'm really glad you could come along to tonight's live session. Any ancestors, guides, messages on my career? Had a very strange dream last night. Okay. Let's actually go with Tarot of the Sephiroth at this point. I get drawn to different decks, you know. And Erin, I will come to you as well, actually. Okay, but Avantika, any ancestors, guides, messages on my career? Had a very strange dream last night. Okay, so I'm using the cards to tune in. I've shuffled them. I've been guided to cut them. Right. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. What we've got here is the Two of Wands again, but it's from a different deck this time. Two of Wands. Okay, Avantika. So your career, right, is actually going somewhere, but it's in the very early stages of it at the moment. There is positive energy there for it to actually happen. And there's a balancing thing going on in this picture as well. The two rattles there are actually crossed over each other. And there's a lot of manifestational stuff goes on with rattles like that, you know. So you've got to rattle your cage a bit. You've got to let people around your career know that you want to actually go forward and advance with it, because you've been standing still for quite a long time, I believe. If you don't mind me saying that's what seems to be coming up there. We've also got a sort of yin-yang image going on with the cross here, with this rattle over here that's crossing over the stripy one. And so that is really guiding you towards the idea of balance. Second card for you on that, we've got the Four of Discs. And that in this deck means the Four of Pentacles. It's the same suit as the Four of Pentacles. And that's not just money, that's abundance. Again, it's very kind of low down in the numbers of the actual suit of Pentacles, but it's very positive, it's very solid. So it looks to me like money won't be going up anytime immediately soon, but money is nice and steady. It won't be going down any very soon either. And last card then, Prince of Cups. Okay, the cups is what you actually want, what you actually desire. And I think I'm going to be right in saying that the strange dream you had last night put you kind of in charge, at least in part of it, you know. Actually gave you some feeling of control over it at some point. And strange dreams make us feel radically out of control. I totally understand that. I totally get that. But think about that dream. It's great that you can actually remember it, Avantika. Write it down if you can, okay? Because it's when we write it down, it passes through another part of the brain as we're writing it down. And then the message of it sort of becomes more obvious to you. In terms of your career, feels like it's something around the medical world, to be honest. That's the feeling I'm getting. I'm seeing this green cross, which to me represents it's the symbol of a pharmacy that's very popular in Britain, but it always makes me think of the medical profession generally, paramedics, that kind of thing. So I don't know how that actually pans out for you, don't know how that actually works for you, but that's the direction things are going in, Avantika, and I sincerely hope that that helps you. You've put up there, resonates totally brilliant. I was higher up in this chat. I was sort of hovering over your message to see what's happening, right? And you saw yourself jumping off a tree very happily, saying, let's see if I live or die. Then you survived and had a scorpion on a green leaf on your left foot. Super strange dream. And then saw the numbers 44 and 33. Those are brilliant numbers, actually, okay, because 4, as you probably know, is the angel number, so 44 really powers that up, and 33 is just a very magical number in its own way as well. So go for it. That seems to be what the dream was actually saying. Go for it, you know. It's looking pretty good for you as far as I can see. Jess Waddingham is here. Good evening to you. And yeah, the more you write these things down, the more you actually get out of it. And Avantika, it's a PR business, but all right, well, look out for something to do with the medical establishment. That's all I can say. Maybe they're going to actually bring some business your way. That's as far as I can see. Right, now then, I'm going to now go to Erin. I'm not actually running a list here at the moment, but I go with the things that I'm actually drawn to. My spirit guides draw me to whatever whatever they want me to draw. Oh, I can't get my words out tonight. My spirit guides draw me to whatever they want me to be drawn to. And right now, Erin O'Nugent, great to meet you. Thanks for coming. I need advice on how to tap into my hidden talents. Thank you for having me. You're very well. Thank you for having me on your screen, Erin. I can't thank you enough. It's wonderful when people do that, because it's like you're inviting me into your home. So tapping into your spirit guides. Right, let's have a just look around for a suitable deck of cards to go with this. Now, what I'm being told, Erin, is that you see, for all of us, there's a particular kind of thing that links us in with our spirit guides. It's very often something that we have in common with the spirit guides. I have a feeling that in your case, right, it's actually something to do with music, something around that. But I'm going to pull you an angel card, because I'm sure this has a lot to do with the angels, right? Because that, oh, drop the mouse again. I'm always doing that, right? No, I don't want to minimize or maximize that. Thank you very much. Right, my computer is playing games with me. But Erin, a card for you, okay? And this ought to bring you a lot more closely in contact with your spirit guides if you follow what's actually going on here. Now, the angel in this card is Nathaniel. That's one thing actually about this screen. It's not showing the names up terribly well, but the name on this card is Nathaniel, and at the bottom it says passion. That's the meaning. So you've got a real passion for this, Erica. That's the truth. You've got quite a strong passion for this, and that can sometimes mean that you end up not being able to see the wood for the trees. That's tricky. Hi, flirty butterfly, by the way. I will come to you very soon, flirty butterfly. I really will. But look, Erin, what we've got here is good news. There's 3 pentagrams, small pentagrams, swimming towards your heart chakra, which is nice and open. Has already got a pentagram on it as well. So that is very positive. But just be open. Just take the attitude, Erin, that you're going to let it in, and do things like burning incense. It all helps, lighting candles. It all helps let the spirit world know that we actually want to invite them into our lives, and that we actually want them to come in. Because like the angels, no spirit guide can really help if you don't want them to help. And for example, if you think about what's been happening with Donald Trump in the last few months, why doesn't his spirit guide step in and make things all nice for him? Because he hasn't asked, because he probably thinks that it's for suckers or something, something equally miserable like that. So I hope that helps you, Erin. Okay, keep on keeping on. Okay, you find out things like the names of your guides as time passes. When the time is right. That tends to be how that works. Not just some of the time, all of the time. But keep on doing what you're doing. You're heading in the right direction. I'm being told that very, very strongly here, actually. Okay. And Beverly says, yes, thank you. That answered your question. Brilliant. Flora de Castri. Keep meeting new people tonight. This is lovely. Welcome, Flora de Castri. Thanks for coming in. My daughter is having stomach issues. She has had several tests done, but have not found anything. Will she be okay? Okay, let's see what we get then. I believe she will be okay. That's the feeling I'm getting at the moment. It certainly feels like it's up in the air at the moment, like there's no clear answer there for you in the physical world at the moment. So quite a worrying thing, I'm sure. But I believe there's more worrying going on here than needs to be going on. And what we've got here is number 8 in the major arcana, which is a great card. Can you read what's on the bottom there? It says justice. Okay, and this is a very old meaning to the word justice. The tarot goes right back to the 15th century, and justice is more about bringing balance into the picture than crime and punishment and what we associate with it today, Flora. So you see the scales there, they are really, really well balanced. Let me take a closer look. So yeah, things are coming into balance for your daughter, and it's really important, Flora, that you try and keep a balanced view of this. Very, very difficult when it's your own daughter. I can totally understand that. But keep kind of wishing for the best. Keep encouraging her to feel better about things as well, because this is a medical thing, I've no doubt. But at the same time, any kind of anxiety is bound to sort of play into anything to do with the stomach area. It really does. And I've just been told to drink some water, so maybe she needs to drink more water. Who knows? I've just realised what's off-putting for me about this stream, and it's coolio. I will just have to get used to it. But it's flipped. It's flipped the camera, because when I pick this cup up, I'm actually picking it up from this side as far as I can see. Hey, right, there you go. Flora de Castri, thanks for your question. I wish you the best with that, and I wish your daughter all the very best with that too. Right, let's go on down to the bottom of the comments and see where we are going. Adrienne, what do your guides see in the cards about my upcoming business trip within the next 3 weeks? Wow. Okay, so this is kind of the energy of the moment. 3 weeks isn't all that long to plan for things. Flora, you're very welcome. Love and light to you too, and peace as well. We do peace this way around in UK. The other way around means victory. And I don't know how it ever became a swearing thing, but peace the other way around over here is like your swearing finger. Hello, Royal Girl. I will come to you, my friend. You might have to remind me, okay? We're getting nice and busy tonight, and I'm loving this, and I'm loving the energy as well. But I'm just going to Adrienne now, whose name on here is AQ, and she's a great supporter of the channel as well. What do your guides see in the cards about my upcoming business trip within the next 3 weeks? Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to try and speed things up a bit. So I'm just going to do single cards now. That's what my guides are telling me, and that's what it feels like. Adrienne, the Tower. Wow. Now then, I'm always trying to tell people this is a positive card. Sure, it's the Tower of Destruction, but this is moving forward, Adrienne. This is new stuff coming in. Okay, you're going to go on this business trip thinking that at some point the business trip is going to be over and it's kind of back to life, back to reality, like the song says. But actually, no, it's never going to be the same again. And that is in a really, really good way. The Tower, as we've got it here, which is like a very strongly built castle in this image, Adrienne, is this to me is what all the kind of the pandemic restrictions have brought into your life, have brought into all of our lives, and we haven't been able to move, we haven't been able to get anything really going or moving, have we? But you're going to be, you know, this is the beginning of something big for you, Adrienne. Okay, yeah, change, that is what it's all about. Big thumbs up on that. Hope thumbs up isn't a rude thing in your part of the world, but it's very positive here, and that's why I'm doing it. Right, now then, Chris Engel had a question about aliens, I believe, and I've sort of lost touch with it. Nicola reminded me what it was. This is great. So much is actually going on tonight. I'm having trouble keeping up, but that is brilliant because I can kind of catch up with it. Chris Engel asked earlier, will she have a good conversation with aliens soon? Right, and Chris Engel is a she. I'm pretty sure of that. Pretty sure I got that right. But who's to know, Nicola? Who is to know? Who is to know? But I've talked to Chris before, and I'm pretty sure she's a she. And will she have a good conversation with an alien soon? I'm going to do the pendulum for that. I'm trying to find a different pendulum. I brought 2 pendulums with me tonight, but I can only find one. Right, let's use this one. Yes or no? It's a simple question. Will Chris Engel be having a conversation with an alien soon? Yes, but not all that soon, Chris. Okay, this is a very, very tight, very small circle that it's doing here. Okay, but alien intelligence, very much like all the kind of things that we regard as being spiritual, energy has to build up, you know, it takes time, but they are coming closer to you, Chris. They really, really are getting closer to you. April, Andy, could you please tell me how to ask my spirit guides what gifts I have? Well, I guess you've already asked them, April, and I'm asking them sort of for you now at the same time, because you obviously want to get some clarity on that, and that's totally understandable. But you will discover it, April. You will just discover it as you go along. When I came into this, I was told I was going to be a medium. I didn't really believe it, and I went off into astrology because I sort of half knew astrology already. And I believed that that's what I was going to do. And I did it for years and years and years. But actually, the mediumship thing kept on coming up, and healing kept on coming up. And it seems to be mediumship where my gifts lie. But the thing is, April, as a human being, quite a wonderful human being, if you don't mind my saying so, you do actually have a range of different things that you can do in the physical world. And your guides will know that they're tune into your mind. They know what's in your mind, what experiences you've had, whether you felt successful or not, that kind of thing. And they'll guide you along a path of confidence, you know. So just keep asking them and just see what they reveal to you, April. That's the way to go with that. Okay, my friend. Thanks so much for coming in. Flirty Butterfly. Hi, Twig. I would like to know if my friend's crush still lurking on her through Facebook. And what did he think about when he saw her last post? Wow. That's a tricky one. Right. Okay. Let's see what we can do with that. Right. Still lurking on her through Facebook. Right. I've got a yes that he's still lurking on her through Facebook. Now, of course, we know you can sort of lurk on Facebook and no one actually knows you're there. Every now and again, a thing comes up saying, OMG, I can see who's been looking at my Facebook page. I've never known that actually there ever to actually be an app like that. I think it's some kind of clickbait. But yes, he's still lurking, most certainly. What did he think about when he saw her last post? Angel card. Okay, I bring lots of cards with me already. I'm sitting on the end of my bed here. Look, there's my bed. And I'm surrounded by decks of cards, and I get guided to what card to use. Okay, so what did he think about when he saw Flirty Butterfly's friend's last post? Okay. Now, I've dropped the cards on the floor, but it's okay. I've still got the relevant ones here, thankfully. Okay, the shadow self. Right, he is right. He's not really happy with himself because he is lurking, and he thinks he should be kind of sensible and just leave the whole thing alone. But he can't. He can't leave it alone in his own mind. Okay, I don't feel that he is 100% attracted to your friend. I think he's in two minds about it, you know. That's what the shadow self is all about. But you know, this side of him is actually sort of viewing the post, and this this flip back to side thing is driving me nuts. Okay, this side is actually looking at our post, and this side is thinking about it but staying in the shadows. Okay, but sooner or later he's actually going to come out of the closet about that Flirty Butterfly. Okay, so I don't know whether, well, you know, if he's her crush, obviously she does want to get to know him. I don't know how happy they're going to be together. That's not really the nature of where this is actually going for me at the moment as I look at that. But yeah, he's going to come out into the open about it. Might take some time. Excuse me, guys, just picking up the cards that I just dropped. And the angel on that one is Samael. Okay. Yeah, Philip, Keepers of the Light is definitely going to be on this show. I've got it with me. And it's going to be, where is it? I put it here. Yes, we're going to be using that very soon, Philip. Most certainly we are. But that was an angel card job there for Flirty Butterfly. Right. Okie dokie. Royal Girl. Hello, new viewer. I'd like to know which will happen first for my boyfriend and me finding a new home, or me finding out I'm pregnant. I feel that pregnant is going to come first, Royal Girl. That's coming in, you know, that came in so strongly, I just can't ignore it. He's a practical kind of man, this boyfriend of yours. He's a very practical kind of man. And he's going to be a bit like, right, going back a few years here, but if you ever watched The Simpsons, right, there's an episode where the little baby Maggie is about to be born. And Homer goes in and Marge is actually giving birth to little Maggie, and Homer's saying, oh, we haven't got time for this yet, we'll do it in a couple of years, you know. He's that kind of guy, okay? But sooner or later, you finding out you're pregnant is going to really kind of push all his buttons, and actually he's going to be very sensible about it, and then it's going to be all about finding a new home, okay? And he's going to help with that. That's, you know, that's the real important thing there. It's just, you know, that's going to bring the helpful side out of him, you know, and so he's going to want to help you with that home. He's going to want to help you with everything around it. Seems like a very sensible kind of guy for me. So thank you very much for your question. I hope that's answered it. Flying through stuff tonight, but this is great. The energy is powerful. Daisy is right. Sorry, Daisy is here saying I'm right. To say not to worry because it doesn't solve anything. And yes, you know, if you're worried about something and I don't actually get to your question tonight, that is great advice for everyone on every topic. Don't worry about it, because the things you worry about probably won't happen. All the stuff I ever worried about didn't happen in the end. That's how it goes. Twainer is here. Good evening to you. Or good afternoon, Twainer. It's afternoon your time, isn't it? A very good afternoon to you, Twainer. Right. Okay. Sharon Lear is here as well. Great stuff. Oh, Kasana. Hello, Kasana. Yeah, well, you're not that late, really. What are we doing? Well, we're about half an hour in, but we still got like a good hour to go yet. I should think, you know, I'm kind of maybe counting my chickens before they hatch there. Because, Kasana, you must be having these storms as well, because you're not far from where I live, I know. Are you having a real stormy one there, Kasana? It's so stormy out there. Part of me is wondering if the internet's going to cut out. And another part of me is really, really wondering if a tree's going to fall on the house, actually. That's something else I've been thinking about. When I moved in here, there's this big tree outside. And when I moved in, the farmer was going to cut the tree down in case it fell on the house. And I sort of made a deal with the tree that if I persuaded the farmer not to cut it down, it would never fall on my house. And it never has. But there's something like a 70-mile-an-hour wind blowing out there tonight. So, you know, I've got everything crossed, basically, and I'm sort of praying it doesn't. Sunny, can I have a reading? Oh, hang on a sec. Yeah, I'll come to you now, Sunny. Awesome, thank you so much. Do you see what month I find out I'm pregnant and what month we find a new home? Well, I can try. This is what I do with the pendulum. I just go through the months. Okay. But be warned, I'll tell you a story about months in a second. Let's just let the pendulum settle down and start doing its thing. Is she going to find a house in April? No. Are you going to find a house in May? No. Is she going to find, let's say, a home, not a house? Yes. Is she going to find a home in June? Thank you. What about July? What about August? Right, it's giving me a circle. It's giving me a circle for August. Okay, so I'm going to say August. But guys, this is for entertainment only. I totally believe it. People keep messaging me and telling me I got stuff right, so I'm thankful for that, and I kind of stand by that. Okay, but August, I just can't absolutely promise it. Okay, the world is always changing, crazy stuff. Yeah. So anyway, guys, can you see this ticker thing going across the bottom of the screen there? That is my coffee page. And if you go there, there's various pictures of my home and my life and stuff going on there. And you could also buy a man a coffee if you want. It's entirely up to you. You don't have to. I understand not everyone has got money for these things, and that's coolio. My hope and what I'm praying for is that my channel will get monetized, and then I can do much more in the way of free readings, you know, because not everyone has money, and it's people with the least money that tend to find they need a reading, you know, because they got more stuff on their mind and more stuff they need to know. But if you can, please hit up my coffee page there. It's scrolling across the bottom, and leave me a little donation. Buy the channel a coffee, something like that. August for the home and the pregnancy. I believe so, Royal Go. I believe so. Okay. I actually, you know, the pendulum was moving a little bit in July, and I think by July you're going to be pretty sure about the pregnancy. But yeah, August for both of those. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and as Aaron Sun says, yeah, the link is there. Thank you for posting that, Aaron Sun. much appreciated. It really helps the channel, and it's just great. Now then, Seascape says hello, Andy, and hello, Seascape. I am finding I absolutely do not have patience with everything this week. What is up with that? Okay, I think that's one for a moonology card, because it kind of sounds like a moon phase thing to me. Now we're in the last quarter at the moment. Actually, on Saturday, the 13th of March, there's going to be a new moon, and when we're in the last quarter, we get real focused on things around the home, or even if it's at work, things that are really important to us, things that we kind of need to have around us to make things work. So if things like that are at all up in the air or at all difficult, that is really going to be a trigger for you and for all of us actually at this time, Seascape. But let's pull a moonology card and see what it says. Okay. Right, well, what I'm getting, Seascape, is that there's some situation. This is one of those things where there's one thing bugging you and it kind of spreads into everything else and makes everything else difficult. Okay, the card I've got for you is Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move, is what it says on this card. And look at this moon right up above the treetops there, and it's barely showing itself. So this is an unresolved thing, Seascape. Okay, and this is really what's up. It's like occupying your mind. I did a video the other day and the cat kept jumping on me and I couldn't get the words out because of the cat getting in the way. And it kind of it made the whole video a bit difficult, a bit more difficult than usual. And I got quite impatient with my cat at the end, actually. But then she went to sleep in the chair. So just, think about what's the main thing that's bugging you. Yeah, that's the thing to really aim for. What's the main thing that's bugging you, Seascape? Because when you actually fix that, the other things are going to fall into place for you. Yeah, that's how that is going to go, I'm sure. Okay, right, Flirty Butterfly. I have a question about me, Andy. Will my boyfriend get the new job with benefits soon? Let's do a pendulum on that one, and then we're going to get into this deck. It's called Keepers of the Light. So close to the old Ascended Masters deck. Cats, they do what they want, Cat. Yes, they do. And maybe you do what you want to do as well, Cat. I hope you do, actually, because it's when we do what we want to do that we really kind of get in tune with what everything's all about. But this is Flirty Butterfly's question. It's settling into a yes. Doing wider and wider circles, it's a yes. Okay, Flirty Butterfly. I hope that helps. Hey, you're welcome, Seascape. And I hope things go better for you, but just like breathe deeply, almost as if you're trying to meditate, breathe like you're meditating. Because not only will that calm you down, it'll get you more focused on sorting out whatever it is that's really, really bugging you at the present time. Okay. Very welcome, Royal Girl. Thanks for your question and thanks for joining us. Right, now then. Where are we going? Yeah, black in the sky, says Cassandra. Defo windy out there. Was thinking about taking one of the kids skipping ropes out. Yeah, I think I will be fine, yeah. And I hope you're fine too, Cassandra. Thank you. That is very uplifting thought, that is. Right. Great stuff. Okay. Keepers of the Light. Hang on. Flirting my light. I have him waiting on an answer and he is anxious about it. When do you see they will give him the good news? Right. This isn't so much a physical time, Flirty Butterfly, right? It's not when the pandemic ends, but it's like when the pandemic makes its next move. This employer is really kind of dependent on something happening around the pandemic, and it's like when the next move happens with that, like when everyone's been vaccinated or something like that. But when that eases a bit, doesn't have to finish, doesn't have to ease all the way off, but when that eases a bit, then he's going to have the good news. Okay. Anyway, a card for Philip Corrigan at this point. Okay, just a general card, I guess, Philip. Can always do you another one later if you've got a question. Why ever not? Okay. And what we've got for you, Philip, Sanat Kumara, light activation. And it looks like he's got a sort of electric light bulb on the end of his stick there. And what it says is, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So, Philip, I know you're sort of quite a mystical person. And I know you're actually going through some development at the moment. Yeah. So that is really an important thing to do in development. Shine your light. And you have to be so careful if you're in a development group, because it's so easy to step on someone else's tail, you know, and get someone annoyed, or, you know, you can get people to say, you know, some teachers get very disparaging and very kind of scourging when you're coming up with new ideas that they didn't think of first, you know. But don't hide your light under a bushel. Tread carefully for sure, but don't kind of hide your light, Philip. Okay, that's what really needs to happen here. And as Sanat Kumara is sort of glowing so much we can hardly make out the details on him, that's how bright the light is within you, Philip. Within all of us. I'll say that to everyone. Well, everyone, we've all got this bright spiritual light within us, and the whole thing of development is just letting that light out. Let that light have its head, let it do its thing, let it move, you know, and let it breathe. So, Sanat Kumara, light activation. Philippe, thank you kindly. So I've got good evening. There isn't a list, my friend, right? But I will come to you. If I forget to come to you, do ask me again. Do remind me. Okay, I'm just what I do, Surav, sorry. What I do is I go to wherever my spirit guides draw me, because if there's someone here who's got a message for you, I'll be drawn to you when the energy kicks in and when the energy is just right for that. But do remind me if I forget. I'm going to Aria's song now. May I have a card, please? Yes. And for you, Aria's song, the deck is Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. It's so gold and shiny you can hardly see the words, but it says Work Your Light. It's by Rebecca Campbell, and the artwork is by Danielle Noel. And look, let's just take a look inside the box first. It says, You Are the Oracle. And I was told to show you that Aria's song. So, don't know what stage of spiritual development you're at, but you are the oracle, okay? You've got the answers within yourself. Meditate and you will find them. But let's do you a card and let's kind of zoom in a bit on that. Let's zero in. Let's find out what direction this is going in. You're already doing it. Here we go, Aria's song. You're already doing it. And it says, stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Okay, and it's the significance of north really is that everyone in astrology in their birth chart somewhere has got the north node and the south node. The south node is where you're coming from. The north node is where you're going to. So you already kind of know where you want to be going, Aria's song. Okay, if it seems like that's just something you dreamed up, that is absolutely fine and not a thing to worry about at all. Should go on quiet for a second because I want to really focus in on this, because there's something in this card I haven't seen yet. Yeah, you know, it's your desires, you know, it's what you actually want, what you actually desire, Aria. That's the thing you've got to shoot for. Anything else is kind of secondary importance. Sounds very selfish, doesn't it? But it isn't, because the more you kind of go in your own direction, then the more in tune with your own gifts, with your own gifts you get, and then that increases what you can actually give out to the world, what you can actually do for other people as you keep on going. Right, Eunice Ruffin, Andy, when this year will I see my love interest? He lives in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. The Elvis song has just come into my mind, but I don't know the lyrics to it, so we're going to have to kind of go a bit further into that. Right. Okay. Now then, I'm going to say May. Okay, I'm going to ask the pendulum. I think it's May, though, Eunice. Is it May, please? Yeah, May. But guys, let me tell you all something about months when I'm giving months out here, right? two wonderful mediums who taught me many years and years ago now, told me this story about months. Now, they paid 500 British pounds about 15 years ago to see a medium called Derek Akora, who used to be very kind of active in the UK. I think he still is, actually, but he used to be on TV and stuff, you know. There's less of that now. But they paid £500 to go and see him because he's a spot-on medium. He's always right. And they asked him, when will our house sell? They have the house on the market. They wanted to know when it was going to sell. So for 500 quid, Derek Akora said, your house is going to sell in September. It sold in September, 5 years later. Okay. That's one of the reasons I say for entertainment purposes only. That's one of the reasons that I am forever saying, you know, things work out the way they work out. You know, that there's no second guessing things because the energies are always moving, you know, and it might be that you deserve a thing to work out at a particular time, but there's an important lesson in it for someone else or something. So things do change, you know. Time, there's no time in the spirit world, and they don't always get exactly how important it is to us, you know. Keep praying for it. That's the thing to do. Really, really need to keep praying for what you want. Lisa Love S. Andy, will my husband continue to work for father business for long term? It's another one for the pendulum. We've got very active pendulum tonight. I did bring two pendulums to the table, but I've lost one somewhere. Right. Ooh. Standing still at the moment, Lisa. Neither yes nor no. Let's see what's happening. Right. For the long term, it's a very open question, isn't it? Right. I'm going to say for some time to come, yes. Okay. But it's essentially what I'm getting from the pendulum is a no. So now I'm asking the spirit realms what I can ask them about this. And they're telling me that's quite a positive no. Okay. The only reason he's going to stop working for that business is because something better is going to come up. Okay, he's upwardly mobile, he is, and that is why the pendulum was so slow, because the answer is kind of not exactly the question you asked, but you know, the answer to that is no. But do not worry about it, whatever you do. Okay, if we got disobey is here, yeah, 500 quid, that's what it costs to talk to Derek Akora. I am tons cheaper than that, I really am. And if anybody wants a reading, hit me up 35and83@gmail.com. I have learned how to put a description underneath these videos. So somewhere down there in the description of this video is my email, 35and83@gmail.com. Hit me up for a private personal reading if you want. There is a fee, but it's how I make my money, guys. It's kind of what I've got to do. Surav Gupta, let's come to you now. Will I receive communication from Nikki? Okay. First, I'm going to do a pendulum, and then I'm going to pull a card for you, okay? So this isn't a straightforward answer, this one, okay? But we'll go for a yes or a no. Just let the pendulum settle down a bit, because it's on the end of a string, and the string has to kind of unravel itself a bit first. Okay. Surav Gupta, is he going to hear from Nikki? Right, it's a very small circle, so it's yes. So you will hear from Nikki soon, but how soon, I don't know, because it was a very, very small circle. I'm going to look into the tarot for you now and see if we can try something else. Okay. Yeah, Denise, good point. Try capital letters. Yeah, it is easy for me to see. Although, guys, I'm so happy to say that I've got this software working that Sheila recommended, Celtic Tarot Sheila recommended. And so I'm not on my mobile phone tonight. I've actually got a screen in front of me, and it's easier than it's ever been for me to read what you're actually writing down there. But Surav Gupta, I'm going to do you a tarot card about communication from Nikki and see what we've got here. Right, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, Now then, this is going to be good news, okay? Because it's a Pentacles card. It's all about abundance. It's all about getting what you want, good things happening. So that is really, really positive to go with that rather guarded yes that we got from the pendulum. Nine of Pentacles. What goes on with the Nine of Pentacles? And this is Nikki in this case, I'm thinking. In fact, I'm sure. Nikki has sort of moved on in life, you know, she's gone forward in life, and there's things that she's got to do. There's things that she's got to make happen in her own life. But at some point, she's going to look back and she's going to realize that she has actually left you behind. Okay. And that's when Nikki is going to get in touch. But it's a yes, okay, and it's an incredibly positive yes, it is as well. What it is, really, the curtains in this card represent that it's on that side, isn't it? The curtains in this card represent that there's something actually being hidden from Nikki at the moment. And it's not really being hidden from her, but it's hidden from her consciousness, you know. Okay, but she's going to realize she's left someone behind, and she's going to want to be in touch with you then. Okay, right. More cards and stuff in a second, but it really helps with it allows the energy to build up if I do something different for a second. So I'm going to come to Seascape and say thanks for your question. Andy, what attributes should we look for in a teacher for psychic development? I would say the most important thing, and I've run psychic development circles myself, and I've been in many as well. And this is super important. You need a teacher who lets you go at your own pace. And the very first mediumship teacher I had, oh, Tinkerbell is here. Come and say hello. It's Tinkerbell on camera. Come on, let them see the rest of you. There she is. Yeah, my first teacher, I had this rule, right? There was a group of us, and he said, this group will always go at the pace of the slowest person so that everyone gets the chance to develop along the way. And he'd been a sergeant in the army, so he knew that that applied not just to psychic things or, you know, development, but anything really where you want a good teacher. They've got to let you go at your own pace, okay? Because spirit will go at their own pace, and they will be, well, it's not strictly what I meant. Spirit will go at a combination of their own pace and your own pace. They won't rush you. And this is what I often say to people who ask me, what is the name of my guides? You get to know the name of your guides when the time is right. Surav Gupta, you're very welcome. I really hope that's helped you, friend. And thanks so much for coming and joining us on the channel tonight. I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and come back. I'm here again on Sunday, trying to do these twice a week if I can. You know, but yeah, Seascape, look for patience, okay, not being rushed. That's really important too. And I would say not too strict, and you do need to be quite strict with people. There's a great British medium called Gordon Higginson. There are some videos of him on YouTube, and I highly recommend him. He was the president of the SNU, the Spiritualists National Union, which is like the governing body of the spiritualist churches in England, Wales, and, well, the UK, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. And he used to say, keep your students down. And some teachers misinterpret that, and they'll never let you know you've got anything right. That is hopeless. What he really meant was keep people going at their own pace. Don't let people kind of suddenly go tearing off ahead, because there is a dark side. Okay, I'm all about the love and light. This channel is all about the love and light. And I know you guys are all about the love and light too. But there is a dark side, and you've really got to make sure you're not letting it in. And if you kind of go off too quickly with the thing, you give the darkness a chance, just because you're not giving yourself the full chance that you deserve. So that's what I'm saying on that one, Seascape. Just kind of, you know, there's that, you know, choose carefully on that basis, and also see who you're drawn to, see who's drawn to you, see who comes into your life as well. You know, the right people come along, and like anyone who's sent in by the angels, you will know them because you'll feel good with them. Okay, go with who you feel really comfortable with. That's important as well, because when you go into a meditation as part of your development and you're in a meditation circle, or maybe it's just you and the teacher, maybe it's online and it's just you and the teacher, you need to feel comfortable, because when we really want to relax for meditation, it's good. For example, you don't want to stretch your fingers out like that, but you don't want them stuck together like that, because you don't want to. I had a stroke and this hand doesn't work very well. But if your fingers are touching, it's something your mind is aware of, and you want as little awareness going on as possible. So you just kind of let your fingers naturally hang apart. You don't have your legs touching together, that kind of thing. And you can go deeper that way. You can get more out of it. And so equally important not to feel that you're kind of grating with the teacher. Yeah, definitely got a very interested cat. I've been trying to get her to come on camera for such a long time, and she just runs away. But the last video I did, last upload a couple of days ago, it's on my channel, check it out. After this, she just wouldn't stop, and she just won't stop tonight either. Don't know what you want, baby, but the door's open and you've got food and you've got water. You've got water. She's very, very noisy tonight. She is so cute. I'm so lucky to have her. And she's a kind of a psychic find, my cat. She was given to me by a medium called Sammy, who is the medium I work with when the churches are open. We go to the churches together all over the country, and you know, 2 mediums at once. That's how we work. And Tinkerbell and Marcy, my other cat, who isn't showing up in videos at the moment, but she's the black and white cat that says thanks for watching at the end of my uploads. She is Tinkerbell's sister. So wonderful. Right, Adrienne is saying, don't forget to mention the remote view with Sheila. Yeah, now Aaron's son has put a post up about that. Okay, on 3/12, yeah, on the 12th of March, which is this Friday coming. It's the 10th now, just 2 days. I can't believe it. It's just 2 days away. It's going to be 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and that is going to be, usually it's actually 5 past, so it's going to be 5 past 1 Mountain Time, or 5 past 8 p.m. here in the UK. So I hope we can work your time out wherever you are in the world from that. It's Sheila's regular weekly thing. She does the remote view, and she has Dr. Whimsy on there as well. They're both great remote viewers and very experienced readers. And I am so honored because Sheila has actually invited me to go on there on Friday. I'm so looking forward to that, guys. You know, it's going to be great. So check it out, please. If you're a friend of mine who hasn't yet met with Celtic Tarot Sheila, just type in Celtic Tarot Sheila. Hit the subscribe button to her channel. You will not be disappointed. She does political readings, but she reads on a lot of stuff. And she's great fun. And Whimsy's great fun as well. Another great reader. So check it out. That is coming up in, gosh, 48 hours from now. It'll be over. Okay, so I hope my career isn't over. But yeah, it's going to be 5 past 8 p.m. UK time, 5 past 1 p.m. Mountain Time on Friday, the remote view with Celtic Tarot Sheila. Sharon Lee says, cats like angelic energies that you exude. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Sharon. So kind of you to say. You know, there's a point, though, for absolutely everybody watching, absolutely everyone living, actually. We all have angelic energy within us, and the more we let it out, the more successful we are at really finding our heart's desire, whether that's a relationship, whether that's not necessarily riches of money, but, you know, being okay with money, being comfortable with money, everything. Whatever it is you actually seek, the more you let that angelic light out, the better it gets, you know. And a good thing to focus on is just try and keep your own lives in as much of a state of love and light as you can actually have going on with you. For example, and I'm still guilty, I've said this before and I still do it, I shouldn't really, but I like watching stuff about like murder mysteries and stuff like that. And there's a great YouTube channel called That Chapter, where it's this little Irish guy and he looks into hideous murders and things. And I watch those, and all that reduces your vibration. That reduces my vibrational rate, you know, stops me exploding, I think, sometimes. But yeah, angelic energies are great. And the lighter you keep it, the happier you actually try to be, and set your mind to the highest level you can. the higher you can actually go, and the more energy you'll give off to other people. You'll attract great energy into your life that way. I want to say hello to someone I haven't said hello to yet, and they've just disappeared. And to the future, thanks very much for joining us. And to the future, it's brilliant to see you here. I really appreciate all you guys coming in and checking out the channel. Brilliant. Do hit the subscribe button, and you know, then you'll get notifications of all this stuff. Live Wednesdays, live Sundays. That's how it's going at the moment. I might at some point, so I'm thinking, right, just because this streaming software is working so well, I'm thinking I might actually do an online development circle. And what I would do is gather up some names, and there'd just be a small group, like 7 of you and me. And I'd do, if I can, I haven't looked into it properly yet, but if I can do a stream like this as a private stream, but actually give some people a link to it, then we can do some cards together here, and we can do some development. I'd be happy to see myself as a teacher for any of you who are interested in that regard. But I would also be learning from you as well. That's how it always goes in circle work, in development work. The teacher always learns. And that's another thing to look for in a teacher. A bit of humility, willingness to learn from you, okay? Because Spirit has been working with you throughout all your previous incarnations. So just because a teacher in this world has been doing it for like 30 years longer than you, doesn't mean you know nothing. Doesn't mean they know everything. It's a true thing. Twain is interested. Great. Yeah. Seascape, that would rock. It certainly would. Guys, right, what's going to happen is I'm never going to be able to find the, as you're saying, yes, could you please leave me a comment on the upload after the video is kind of live on YouTube? No, like after it's finished and it's available on YouTube, can you leave me a comment there? Or actually maybe email me. That would be even better if you email me, and the email address is down there. And what we'll do is we'll put a little circle together, and we'll get something working that way. I think it'd be a coolio thing to do. Celtic Tarot Sheila is actually with us. If you want to find her channel and subscribe to it, click on her little kind of avatar symbol thingy there, her channel logo thing. I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, but where it says Celtic Tarot Sheila in the chat there, click on that and subscribe to her channel, because if you don't know her already, you're going to have a great time watching her videos. And brilliant. She's saying, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Look at you, this is working. Yes, it is. It's working beautifully. And yeah, hi Sheila. And you know, really glad you could join us. And Sheila, thank you so much. I'm using StreamYard, which Sheila recommended. I couldn't get a link to it to work on my computer at all. In fact, I'd only vaguely heard of it, but I tried to use it before and I couldn't. And because I'm going on the remote view with Sheila, Sheila invited me to hers, and then I got an invite from StreamYard to create an account. So I did. Hey. And now we're here with my little scrolling banner thing and my little Twig Brother thing, and it's all because of Celtic Tarot Sheila. So thanks so much for that. I can't thank you enough. Brilliant. Right. Okay, now then. Questions. I'm happy to answer questions, guys. Okay, I'm just scrolling up to have a look. Okay. Jay Lynn, evening or morning or afternoon, whatever it is where you are in the world, but hi anyway. I currently have a temp job. However, I'm looking for something stable. Can you tell me when I will find a permanent job? Right. I'm viewing this. I'm viewing this one. I'll pull a card. I'll use the pendulum or something to back it up with, but I'm viewing this. Okay. There's leaves on the trees, but it's like later in the year. It's either just before the fall or just at the beginning of the fall, but there's leaves still on the trees as I'm looking for that. Let's do a card on that. Okay, see where we get for Jaylin. I wish you luck with that, by the way. A temp job is better than no job, but sure, we all want something stable. I totally get it. And I wish you the best with that. Let's see what card comes up. 4 of Wands. Okay, event. Right, that's what that's all about. Something good is going to happen. Okay, there's. I don't think you'd be aware of this event yet, but it's some kind of hiring event. You know, they used to have hiring fairs at one time. I don't know if it's that, but there's some event that you go to and you actually find a permanent job through that. We are looking towards the full time on that one. Okay, hope that helps you. And seems I get a positive feeling about that, Jaylin. I really do. Okay, but you're going to have to put in a written application for this permanent job. Be very careful, because the person who ends up reading that application is going to be a stickler for good communication. Okay, so, and I don't mean spirit communication on this occasion, right? But yeah, think it through carefully, write it out carefully. It's either right at the beginning of the fall or, you know, late summer near the fall. It's that end of the year, basically. Okie dokie. Right, so I hope that has helped. Question, says Cat May, will I find someone to become my co-host for my Saturday radio show? I have been looking. Well, I'm going to start with the pendulum on that, Cat, and then we'll put some flesh on the bones. Jaylin says, thank you. You are very welcome. Yeah, great moderators, Sheila. Yes, I have. And I pinched most of them from you. So I'm very grateful for those. I'm very grateful to everyone who's doing a moderating job on the channel tonight. I really appreciate it. It would not be so good without you guys, not by a very long way. Okay, but this is for Cat May's question about a radio show co-host. Yes, you will. Got a nice circle going on there. So, yes, you will. Let's bring out Keepers of the Light and just see what direction your co-host is going in. I'm so looking forward to the remote view, Sheila. It's like, you know, less than 2 days now. More than 1 day, but less than 2 days. That's the thing. Okay, so we got a yes for Cat. Let's just do a card here. Gaia, Earth connection. It's going to be an earthy kind of a person. Someone with a great deal of respect for the environment, Cat. That's who it's going to be. It says, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. So it's going to be a down-to-earth person. That's what it's all about, Cat. And someone who, I believe, and this is the globe that's being held here, but I think this is actually someone who would go with the crystal ball icon thing, the emoji of a crystal ball you put on your question there. I think it's someone with spiritual vision, quite a strong spiritual vision as well. But it's a yes, you know, and it's nice kind of eco-friendly lover of the world. Twainer is asking, may I have a card? Yes, indeed, you may, Twainer. Okay, let's stick with Keepers of the Light at this moment. Holy Amethyst for you, Twainer. Divine Alchemy. Okay, so now I know because we talked, Twainer, you're in a situation where the energy feels kind of stuck. Actually, energetically, spiritual energy, you are using it all the time because you are pouring out love all the time. That's the great thing. So Holy Amethyst, all about healing, obviously. And it says here, move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. Okay. I don't want to add too much to that, Twainer, because that is such a simple thing, and it is so important to do that. Focus on what you desire. But use your crystals as well, since we've got Holy Amethyst has come up for you here, Twainer. Use your crystals, okay? If you've got enough crystals, form a little circle around you, either around you physically or just like a circle of crystals on the coffee table in front of you, something like that. And just tune in with your mind, actually, and keep asking for what it is you really, really want to happen. Focus on what you desire. Okay, there's nothing selfish about desiring that. You came to this world with a mission, and what you desire is in tune with your mission, Twainer. Hope that helps you, my friend. And thank you also to you, Twainer, because you're doing a great job as a moderator here. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Okay. Beverly Spencer, Andy, may I have a card, please? Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay. And for you, we have got the Divine Director for Beverly Spencer. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Look at the purple in this card. It's actually, it's not showing up all that well because of the lighting I've got on me at the moment, but this is a very purple card. Trust me, it's considerably more purple than the ticker at the bottom there for my my coffee page, which you're very welcome to visit if you would like to see some more pictures of my house and various little things that I post from time to time. But Beverly, intervention and purpose. Okay, now I think we were talking about development with you as well, Beverly, a little bit earlier, and so this is good news. Okay, the divine director is actually talking about intervention. So I don't know if it's him personally or the angels or what, but the spirit realms are trying to work with you, okay, and they're going to intervene. They're going to change things to make it work better for you, right? They really are. And when I say work better, what I really mean is get things moving, you know, move things on a bit faster, because you're more capable than you realize at the moment, Beverly. That's what is coming through to me very strongly. You've got a lot more going for you as a light worker than you actually realize. And it's a good thing not to rush it. It's a good thing to have that humility about you. But they're going to intervene. You're going to get a chance to do the work that you love. And the divine director, that's what he's all about. So good news there, I hope. And Arian, son, thank you for reminding me. Actually, thank you so much. Beverly does visit my coffee page. I know you do, yeah, and I appreciate it. Great stuff. Okay. Trainer's asking, yeah, Kat, what's your program? When and where? Let us know. Let us all know. I'm really interested to know that, actually. Sounds intriguing. Sounds like you've got a good co-host coming, and I know you're a good host as well. Adrienne says, thank you, Andy, and everyone, for a lovely afternoon together. Getting ready to drive home from work soon and leaving chat, but still listening. Great stuff. Well, actually, Adrienne, you've caught the great majority of it, and I'm really glad you were able to be here. See you on Sunday, Adrienne, if not before, because we'll be back again. And Kat is saying WRIR 97.3 FM and WRIR.org. So that's the place to look for Kat's show. Sounds interesting. I love those American radio station names. The first, the first American TV I ever watched was the Flintstones when I was a kid. But back in the 1980s, I used to love this show called WKRP in Cincinnati. And I've watched reruns of it since, and it's not so good the second time around, but I loved that show. And I have actually been on CING in Hamilton, not far from Toronto, and it's in Canada, hence it's got a C, which at the time was a bluegrass station. It was brilliant. I love bluegrass music, like the Osborne Brothers and Old Crow Medicine Show. Wonderful stuff. Every Saturday, 6 to 9 a.m. on WRIR. Don't miss it. I'm going to see if I can find it on the internet and listen to that, because I reckon it's going to be good. And that's 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern time. So let me see. That's 11 a.m. to 3 hours after that in the UK. So yeah, I'm going to check that out on Saturday. Great stuff. Well, Kat, thank you. I'm humbled that you would ask me stuff as well, you know. And to the future, turkeys don't fly. Fair enough. It's great when you just dip into the chat randomly and see someone's comment. Intertribal. That's what it's about. All right. Sounds really interesting. Yeah. So you stream, yeah. Great stuff. In Richmond, Virginia. Coolio. Okay. Right, let's have a look. Disobey. I haven't done a card for disobey yet, have I? Right. Voice is telling me do a 3-card spread for disobey. So they're going to be quick cards, okay? They're going to be quick cards, and this is for disobey. I'm into, at this point, the Cosmic Tarot and asking for a card for disobey. And very wise to just ask for a card, actually, because sometimes you find that the answer to the question you've got in your head isn't the answer to the question you think you've got in your head, but the answer actually sorts out whatever's in your head at the time. So here we go. Right. Card number 1, disobey. 2 of Cups. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Hey, looks like Relationshipsville, City, Arizona going on there. And I know you're in UK. That's just the way I wanted to say it. Looks real good for a relationship. Now, this could actually be a spiritual relationship. This could be someone in the afterlife trying to connect with you, someone for whom you have great love. I would say it was a romantic love as well. You know, the Two of Cups isn't always that. But in this deck, I think that's pretty obvious what's going on there. So Two of Cups. Next card up for you, Judgment. Right. So you're going to have to be using your judgment, Disobey. Right. So in matters of love, exercise judgment very carefully. Okay. Don't get sucked into something you don't want to be sucked into. And make sure that relationship-wise, things are going the way they actually need to be going. Okay, because that's the only way they're going to work out the way they need to work out. So use your judgment. And yeah, I think it's a new relationship. Really, Disobey all in all, because what I've got here is the Fool. So you're starting a new journey. And this means don't be bothered by things that have happened in previous relationships, okay? Don't let them get in the way. If I'm wrong and it's not a love relationship, it's definitely a relationship, Disobey. Okay, and yeah, it's a new journey. It's number 0. It's not even number 1, but it's looking good. You just got to keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes open and your ears listening. Okay, and keep your eyes on the prize as well. That's the thing to do. But the dog is a bit worried here. Okay, someone might try to hold you back. Listen to their warnings, whatever that is. But at the same time, you know, don't be put off. Okay, just take the journey nice and easy, Disobey. Hope that is helping in some way. Okay, you're very welcome, Disobey. Right. Debbie Fitzsimmons is asking for a card. Okie dokie. Let's go to Debbie Fitzsimmons. Right. And yeah, just a reminder, by the way, and thanks all the moderators who've been pointing it out, but any of you guys want to, go ahead and visit my coffee.com/Andy's Readings page. That's scrolling across there. Maybe buy the channel a coffee if you like, or buy me a coffee. And the cats will get some cat food out of it, I promise you. Okay. Card for Debbie Fitzsimmons. They're telling me fan the deck. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Right. This is great. This is real good abundance. It's either coming in for you or it's there already. 10 of Pentacles. Really positive energy. But Debbie, what's going to happen is you're going to need to either take a rest or keep on having whatever rest you're having at the moment. But a rest is important. You have ancestors, you have loved ones in the spirit world, you have the angels and the archangels looking after you. So you can take a rest nice and peacefully, and things will either be seen to completion while you're resting, or they'll still be there when you wake up again, and you can actually be hands-on and make stuff happen there. But it's the 10 of Pentacles. I nearly said the 10 of Abundance, because that's really what the Pentacles are all about, the 10 of Pentacles. So it's looking good, and it's looking like things coming to completion. But don't panic about it. Don't feel you've got to bring things to completion in a particular time or in a particular order of events. Just let it go, you know, go with the flow, roll with it. That's the thing. Erin Sun is saying Sunny Dell asked for a card too. Okay, right. Quick drink of water, because I'm getting a very gravelly voice here. Turning into Boris Johnson. I don't know if it was in Boris Johnson, but he's very gravelly. That's much better. And Kat, thanks for posting that. Thank you so much. Right, Sunny Dell. Sunny Dell, Sunny Dell, Sunny Dell. For you, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, that's the first one out for you, Sunny Dell. The Queen of Wands. Now, the Wands is the suit of the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and it's all about getting things done. It's about action. It's about either making things happen or things are happening to you, in which case, go with it. Okay, roll with it, because it's the divine feminine coming through there with the Queen of Wands. It's super positive. Next one for you, Sunny Dell. We'll do 3, I think. That's what my guides are whispering. The Star. Okay, so there's a lot of relief coming in here. If you don't feel the relief coming in, try and get out into nature somewhere and reconnect with nature, or more importantly, reconnect with what works for you. You know, what makes you happy. Do something along the lines of making yourself happy, because what we've got here is the goddess. I keep getting the cards the wrong way around. We've got the goddess feeding the swan. I think it's a swan, is it? No, it's a flamingo. Yeah, it's even more magical than a swan. It's a flamingo. You are the flamingo, Sunnydale. Okay, so take in that nourishment. Go out and find that nourishment if you have to find it. Okie dokie. What we got next? Also, Sunnydale, the Chariot. And this is why you need to rest up a bit. And this is why you need to do what makes you happy, because you're on a journey, my friend. You're going places, right? And these horses are really taking off. In some of the cards, the Chariot shows up as like a stone throne, and it's all in the mind. This is partly in the mind, and it's also definitely going places, Sonny. Things are moving. Whatever you're inquiring about in your mind's eye is actually happening. You know, not just going to happen, it's happening. It's number 7 in the major arcana, so it's very close to the heart. And that number 7 is a nice, positive, very magical kind of a number as well. Really, one of my favorite numbers in numerology, 7. Because you're not there yet, but you're more than halfway there, and it's going to work out when you get a 7. Trust me, it's going to work out. It really is. Okay, right. Speaking of TV shows, guys, I just watched that interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry being interviewed by Oprah, and I can't say I was shocked by it. But believe me, all of us in Britain, we don't all sort of worship the royal family, not by a long way. And I just dropped my cards there. I felt really sorry, not just for Meghan, but for both of them. And, you know, you wonder sometimes, how could you feel sorry for very rich people like that who can afford to do whatever they want? Well, the British royal family is weird. It's almost like being a monk, you know. Sometimes they can't go out for months on end. And even if it's a couple of years and they can't go out of the house, that's just how it has to be. And I really don't blame Harry for breaking away. I really don't know. There was a king who abdicated, George the Third, I think. Was it, or George the Fourth? One of them, anyway. No, Edward. It was Edward. He married an American lady, and he left Britain and gave up the crown, you know. And I don't blame them, you know. It's an easy enough job going around shaking hands with people, but the British newspapers can be absolute scumbags sometimes. And I'm sure in the States, you know, you'd be aware of Princess Diana. You know, I watched her go from being a shy 18-year-old all the way through to her actual death and go into the spirit world. And God bless her. I'm sure she's happy over there. But it can be a cruel business. And they are essentially white supremacists. I don't really get that at all, you know, but that's really what it's about. Particularly Prince Philip, because he's actually Greek, and he's always had this thing that he's not properly British, you know, and I think that's bothered him, and I think that's where a lot of the racism actually comes from. But it goes deeper than that. It really does. Denise Q, if you have time, Andy, should I go to visit New Mexico? Should you? That is quite a good question. Let's draw a card on that. 7 of Wands. Stuff is going to happen if you go to New Mexico. Okay, but this is a slightly less magical 7 here. There's a lot of craziness going on here. I would say you're going to win through, you know, whatever obstacles are put in your way. If you're trying to get to New Mexico and it's difficult, there's going to be obstacles, okay? But I would say yes, okay? Because this guy represents you. He's very masculine, much more masculine than you are, Denise, I'm sure. But he's getting there. He's making it happen, you know. It's going to be happening. So, yeah, I would say yes, you should. Okay, but only if you want to. Don't force yourself to. Got to follow your heart, you know. It's one of the greatest teachings of spiritualism. Follow your heart. Always kind of go with the flow. Something readers are always saying, but there's a reason for that. And pretty soon I'm going to do a video. You know, my spirit guides videos. I haven't done one for a while because I wait for inspiration. But I'm going to do a spirit guides video about going with the flow and following your heart, which are essentially the same things. Erin's son, Harry was deeply wounded by his mother's death, for sure. He wouldn't let it happen again. Yeah, to his family. Yeah, that's my take on him too, Erin. So I think you got it right there. I really do. Yeah. And Charlotte of Monaco maybe had similar. Yeah. I'm not too well up on Monaco, but there you go. Okay, right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to be drawing things to a close pretty soon tonight. But thanks all for coming on, as I like to do, and sometimes forget. Actually, I'm going to do a Moonology card now for absolutely everyone. We did one to begin with, and that was all the Sagittarius energy going on with that. Let's find out what the sort of parting guidance from the spirit realms is for us tonight. And this one just kind of slipped out. Oh, nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. How can I leave people without that? Doesn't exactly leave people wanting more, does it? Nothing will come of this situation. Well, guys, what concerns you? What worries you? Nothing's going to come of that. And we are actually at the moon isn't void at the moment, but the moon is actually in Aquarius. The moon, that's what it's about. The moon goes void in Aquarius tomorrow, and then it's going to enter Pisces. So we're just at a time in between manifestation and putting our thoughts out there and making things happen, and the Pisces energy, which is a different game of soldiers or whatever, different ball game, whatever you want to call it. But the Pisces energy takes us more in a more compassionate direction, for one thing. But it is very, very sort of very forward-looking energy with Pisces. You tend to get genius people with Pisces as well. I don't think it is about the royal family, although I suspect it might very well relate to them, actually. But no, this is for everyone watching. Okay. Things are going to be changing. Okay. And this, when it says nothing will come of the current situation, no, nothing will come of this situation. It's just talking about in the here and now. Okay. It's a very quiet time in spiritual terms as we're coming up to a new moon. The moon is always deeply involved with that kind of thing. Okay, but life will get moving again because there's the Pisces energy coming in, which will be in on Friday when I am live with Celtic Tarot Sheila and Whimsy on the remote view. And do visit that. Higginson has put a link up there. Don't forget to subscribe to Celtic Tarot Sheila if you haven't already, because you're in for a treat there. And I'm really looking forward to being part of that. Whimsy is great fun too, So, guys, as our spirit guides step back into that starlit universe where we can't see them with our everyday eyes, let's remember, we've all got people in the spirit world, in the spirit realms, who are looking out for us all the time. We've all got angels. If it's getting hard, if life is, giving you grief, ask the angels to help. You've got to ask them. They will help you, okay? It's not always as quick as you think they're going to help you, but that's because they work on the energy of the moment. Ask the angels, and it'll sort itself out in time. So our guides are stepped back now, and let's remember them. They're absolutely real. They're absolutely always there. The rest of the world would like us to forget that, I know, but we are spiritual people. We are cosmic beings, and we know it. That is the blessing. Now, Denise Q. Jessica. Okay. Let's do tarot for Jessica. Right. Sorry, Jessica. And thank you for reminding me of that, Denise. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. So Jessica's guides, they won't step back yet because spirit guides always know what you're going to do. They know what's going to happen, so they'll still be here. Right. What we've got for you, Jessica, we have got the King of Wands. And we had the Queen of Wands a minute ago. Right. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, Jess. No problem. King of Wands is the card for you. Okay, my friend. He's holding up this wand here. Looks very significant. I don't know if you're sort of doing anything out in the woods or working with the wand at the moment, because I know, development is a big thing for you, Jess. But definite magic happening. Wands, fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, either you or people around you along those lines. Okay. And when you get a king involved, there's a lot of powerful energy. It's not just, it's not the divine feminine thing where the right thing kind of works itself out. This is very powerful and very positively stuff is going to happen. It's almost Aries energy, actually, and that is one of the fire signs, so that makes sense. Lots of ideas, Jess. Good. Well, you know, you've got a fertile mind and I would say a fertile imagination as well, but I don't mean that in a cynical way, Jess. That imagination needs to be as fertile as it can be to really get you more in tune with just going with the flow of the spiritual energy and what that's all about, you know. Okay, guys, I was going to say, well, yeah, if you're interested in, we'll put together a little development circle. It'll be small groups. Email me. That's the best way, okay? Because otherwise I'll lose it in the comments somewhere. Email me if you're interested in that, and we'll put something together if and when we can, which I think we can, and I don't think it will be too far away. In the meantime, guys, thanks very much. This has been a great stream. I've loved doing this stream. And thanks again, Celtic Tarot Sheila, if you're still with us, for turning me on to this whole StreamYard thing, which I am loving. It's just a brilliant setup. Clear picture, clear comments. It's just fantastic. Visit the coffee page, guys. You know, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give me the old thumbs up on this video if you've enjoyed it. I'll be here again Sunday. So with Celtic Tarot Sheila Friday, and on Sunday at 10 p.m. UK time, that is 4 p.m. Central USA, I will be here again doing this again. So come on back, check it out. I'll be less distracted by the strange new software because it won't be strange and new. And I look forward to reading for you guys and linking in with your lovely energy again then. So thanks very much, guys. Love, light, blessings, and peace.